What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As always, I am Draco, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Pokemon. This is the series where we just talk Pokemon. We pick one specific Pokemon, and we talk about it. For me, it's just a way to learn more about Pokemon, and I figured if I'm going to learn about Pokemon, why not bring you guys along with me? So come on, and let's talk Pokemon. Today's episode is going to feature a little Pokemon that when it first came out, and this is a Gen 9 Pokemon, it's a brand new Pokemon to the whole series. When it first came out, I laughed. I literally laughed at it. I was like, this thing is dumb. It is too adorable for its own good. It's just one of those, I figured it was going to be one of those Pokemon that was just, made to be cute, and that was about it. But boy, has it proved me personally wrong, and I'm for sure a lot of other people who have seen it. Because when I first seen the Pokemon, I honestly was like, this is the worst designed Pokemon ever. It seemed lazy. It seemed just not, like they didn't try very hard. And then it started performing unbelievably well in tournaments, and that Pokemon, of course, is Pawmot. Yes, we are going to talk about National Dex number 923, Pawmot. For those of you who don't know, this is an adorable little bear Pokemon, electric bear Pokemon, that, man, it has took the Pokemon world and said, hey, I'm going to shake it up because I'm going to do amazingly well. And what I mean by that is it has done amazingly well at two of the most recent tournaments. These are tournaments that were played, regional tournaments. So those are the ones I usually cover, are the ones that are put on by Pokemon themselves. There are a plethora of other tournaments out there. We'll probably cover them later on once we get a little more footy. But right now we're sticking with the top tournaments put on by Pokemon. And this is what he looks like right here. His shiny form, he's actually such a cool shiny form. I had to go catch him. I'm not even lying. When I first seen his first stage, this one right here, I was like, what is this? Like, what are you guys doing here? Like, it's just a teddy bear. And I was like, it's not going to be good. It's just going to be terrible. It's just a teddy bear. I was pleasantly wrong. Pleasantly wrong. And if we just look over here, we're going to go on to Victory Road. We look at Victory Road right here. Liverpool Regional was its most recent success, taking first place. Yep. Luca Paz took this Pawmot and took first place. And then the San Diego Regional, you see right here, it took second place. So the two big regionals put on by Pokemon recently, this Pokemon has placed first and second. We go over here to Pikalytics, which Pikalytics is a website. By the way, all these websites I have up here, Cerebi, which is the first one we've seen right here, Pikalytics, Liverpool, Victory Road. They'll all be linked below. They're awesome resources. Highly recommend checking them out. But as you look here, Pawmot only has a 4.28% usage stat. And we'll go over that in a second, because this Pikalytics is a great website. It shows so much information. But if we go back here to Cerebi, Cerebi is a website that has basically all your information on any Pokemon you need. We see that it is a bear. It's a teddy bear. There is one thing that makes this Pokemon 100% viable on almost any team, I think. That might be a little stretch, but on teams that have it, thrive with it. And if you look here, I have here Showdown. So we start here with the first stage, which is Pawmi, and then it evolves into Pawmo, and then it evolves into Pawmot. This Pokemon is one of the new Pokemon in the gen that has a very interesting way of evolving it. Pawmi, right here, evolves at level 18 into Pawmot, normal A-OK. Now, as you can see on the screen, the way to evolve Pawmo into Pawmot is walk with it for 1,000 steps in the Pokemon Let's Go feature. As you can see, he's walking with me on the screen right now, and then he is evolving after you level him up. One thing to note is he learns a move called Double Shock. You definitely want to make sure you evolve him at like level 58. So you go from 58 to 59, and then level him up one more to 50 to 60, and then he'll learn double shock. I actually, the one you guys just seen evolve, I actually did it wrong. I evolved him at level 59 into level 60, thinking he would learn double shock still, and he didn't. I haven't finished training it, so I don't know if he'll learn it later on. He might, but as of right now, the one you guys just see on the screen does not have double shock. So we're just gonna talk now. Let's get into the juice, the meat and taters, the meat and potatoes of Pawmot. Like I said, it's a very interesting Pokemon and how it evolves. There are a handful of Pokemon that the Pokemon Company has put into Scarlet and Violet that evolve in a fascinating way. Pawmot being one, Annihilate another one, and some other things like that. But Pawmot, like I said, walking 1,000 steps evolves him. If we look at his stats, this is actually my second time recording this. That's why this is all filled out already. I did it really late, and the audio, I don't know, I was talking really quiet, and the audio was just terrible. So if we look at the stats, his base stats, first off, I should probably mention he is an electric fighting type. So that's an awesome typing right there, electric fighting. I think that's a really cool typing, personally. These are all my personal opinions, so take them with what you will. But I really think fighting electric is really cool. Now on to his stats. Stats, he's got a pretty unique set of stats in the fact that he's really fast and he hits really hard. His HP is okay at 70. But I think you're going to probably just run Focus Sash on him anyways, so you don't really need to worry about his defense stats, and you could probably just do a full 252 investment into attack and speed. His attack stat at base 115, a base defense of 70, special attack of 70, which is, you're going to definitely focus on the physical side of things, and a special defense of 60 with a base speed of 105. That makes him really, really fast. Like, if you go to, if you were going to max him, so 252 Jolly, you hit a base speed of 172, and then you dump the rest into attack with an attack stat of 167, and throw that extra 4 in HP or whatnot, with the Focus Sash. I think that's a pretty decent standard spread. Obviously, you can optimize and all that stuff, but that's up to the user, the person who's going to use the Pokemon. So those are his stats. I think he's got really good attack and really good speed. The rest of the stats are kind of meh. They're just definitely meh. They're not the worst, but they're definitely not the best. As far as moves, you can see this move right here. This is Pawmot's signature move. This move is the reason why it is viable in competitive, the reason why it's placed first and second in 2 major tournaments. Not the reason why, but it is a reason why it is used. And then there's this move called Revival Blessing. This move blows my mind. As a player and someone who has played the game Pokemon itself since literally Red, I've played every single version, the game, the story and stuff like that. And someone who's been playing Wi-Fi competitive battles for the better part of 2 years, the fact that this move, Rival Blessing, exists blows my mind. And it's for this simple fact right here. So, revives a fainted Pokemon to 50% HP. Does not matter what Pokemon it is, and Pawmot does not faint. So, they fit really well on Dondozo teams. Those, as you see right here, are the actual teams that they were on. So right here, Dondozo team for Luca, and then Chisepa, same thing, Dondozo team. Pretty similar teams too, if you look at them. One has Meowscarada, one doesn't. One has a Dragonite, one doesn't. So pretty similar teams. So you really see that they do fit really well on teams that can really take and use this Revival Blessing to 100% of its capabilities, because bringing back your Dondozo after it faints, if you have Dondozo and it gets knocked out and you're able to bring it back right away and switch it back in and then get your pluses again with the Tatsugiri, that's absolutely insane. Revives a fainted Pokemon to 50% of its HP. You literally get a 5th Pokemon in VGC. You can't go wrong there. I honestly, I can't believe that this move exists and is allowed because of like it gives you such an advantage to bring back a Pokemon that is lost. It's it's crazy. I can't say enough about it. Totally understand why this Pokemon, why Pawmot, has been on 2 teams that have placed first and second in 2 major tournaments. So the next move I want to specifically point out is going to be another signature kind of move that it has. It's a base power 120, so it's one of its attacking moves. It is a physical, so it does capitalize on its base 115 attack stat, and that's going to be Double Shock. You have to note this about Double Shock. User's electric type, okay? Typeless must be electric. So it has to be used on electric Pokemon. And what happens is when you use it, it uses the electric type's electric up. It is no longer an electric Pokemon. So you basically get one shot with it, and then it's just nothing at that point. But you can hit this terrestrialization button, and then you get to use Double Shock as much as you want because you are now terrestrialized. That's just how it works. I looked it up, and that's how it works. So really cool. You get one big, Double Shock off if you need, and if you really want to, you terrestrialize them, and you can continuously deal 120 base power damage. I think that's really, really cool. The third move that this Pokemon is going to have on it, and I think this is like going to be its most standard set, is Fake Out. It's a super fast Fake Out, 172 base, a 105 base speed. Fake Out is pretty insane, in my opinion. Fake Out is Fake Out. You can't go wrong with Fake Out. I definitely think you're going to see Fake Out, Revival Blessing, Double Shock, and then something here. Could be Protect. Could be one of its plethora of other moves, like Body Press, for instance. That'll never happen. It does have Baton Pass, so you can Baton Pass out, but you're not raising your stats, so I don't know if you really want to do that. I can see it having Brick Break. It is a stab if screens come into play, and I think screens always come into play later on in the meta when people start realizing that screens are a big thing. Brick Break can be really good because it destroys the screens, and it's stab, so 75 power stab, does some awesome damage. It does have Bulk Up, which could be a thing, but I don't think it's bulky enough to get away with using a Bulk Up. I just don't think it is. Has Close Combat, CC, awesome move, base power 120. Lowers the user's defense, special defense, so be aware of that. It does have a spread move, Discharge. Unfortunately, it is a special move. If we just focus, and we're going to just really kind of focus on its physical moves here, that's probably the best bet. So Close Combat Crunch, good. It's a good dark physical move. Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Mach Punch, Thunder Punch. Okay. The reason why I pointed all those out is because of this ability right here, Iron Fist. So Iron Fist is an ability. This Pokemon's punch-based attacks have 1.2 times power. Sucker Punch is not boosted. That sucks. Sucker Punch isn't boosted. That's not fair. But it gives your punching moves. So like those punching moves I just talked about, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Mach Punch, moves like that, gives it a 1.2 times boost. The other ability it's going to have is Volt Absorbs and Natural Cure. So switching any violent conditions when you, or non-violent conditions when you switch out. And then Volt Absorb heals the Pokemon's, it heals a quarter of its max HP when hit by an electric move. Rest of the moves, though, I just wanted to point that out because I knew I was going to talk about those punching moves, and then just a nice little segue into it. Does have Quick Attack, does have the Seed Bomb, so some pretty awesome moves right there. But honestly, if you're going to have a priority move, I'm probably just going to run that Mach Punch for priority. Gives you, if you have an Iron Fist, gives you that boost as well. Has Nuzzle, so you have a way to paralyze and do 20 power damage on top of it. Wild Charge is a pretty good. Here's the thing. It has Wild Charge, but are you really going to use Wild Charge? Power 90 also has a 1/4 recoil. You have a base, you have Double Shock, 120 power. You just don't become an electric type. But we've solved that problem by terrestrializing into electricity. Unusual moves, though. It's got Arm Thrust, Bite, Dig, Fling, Giga Impact, Low Sweep, Metal Claw, Rock Tomb. It's got a pretty good move pool. So those are all its physical moves. It has Thief. Thief is always fun. It has Thunder Fang, so it could bite you. All those electric moves do have a chance to paralyze. You're probably not going to run special, but it does have the standard special electric moves in Thunder, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, so you could have Volt Switch. It does have just Discharge, which gives it a spread move. But again, I don't ever see this thing being a special Pokemon. It has Thunder Shock, so it has the basic electric special moves. The support moves it's going to have are going to be pretty basic. It's got Bulk Up, it's got Baton Pass, it's got Agility. So, I mean, you could bulk up Agility, Baton Pass, you could do that, but I don't really think that's going to be a thing. Has Rest and Sleep Top, obviously. Has a move called Revival Blessing. We already spoke about that. I mean, it's an insane move. It does have Substitute, so that's cool. But it also, doesn't really do anything for your partners. It just kind of gives you a substitute. So I don't know if you're really going to run Substitute. Pretty positive any Pokemon can learn Substitute. I'm like 99, 100% positive that's actually how that works. It does have Wish, which is really, really cool. And it has Thunder Wave. So you have some awesome supporting moves because you can also use an Eerie Impulse. You can Helping Hand. You can Growl, lowering the foe's attack by 1. It has Entertainment, so the target's ability changes to match the user's. I mean, I could see an Entertainment onto something changing its ability to Iron Fist. Yeah, I could see that being a thing. It has Rain Dance, Sunny Day, and Sweet Kiss. So those are the moves. I really think it has a very wide move pool between its physical moves and its supportive moves. But like I said, I think Double Shock, Revival Blessing, Fake Out, and then a fourth move. I mean, it has Encore. You know what I mean? You can put Encore. Let's say you've already faked out. You've already Revival Blessing. And now that your opponent has hit Protect, you just want to lock them into Encore and Protect for 3 turns so they can't do anything. You're totally capable of doing it. It does have Endure, which is always a funny move because it's not Protect. It's just Endure, and it leaves you with 1 HP. But I really think the moves you're going to see the most are going to be Double Shock, Revival, Blessing, and Fake Out. And then whatever you're going to do with the stats is just going to be up to what the team needs it to be. So, definitely a Pokemon I think we should keep an eye out on. Definitely something that I could see being used a lot. Maybe not so much as the meta progresses and we start getting more and more powerful Pokemon on it. But I really think the move Revival Blessing gives it viability. So that is Pawmot. I hope you guys enjoyed Pawmot. Pawmot is an awesome little Pokemon. If you guys like Pawmot or you guys enjoyed this at any point in time, support by hitting that like button and that subscribe button. And until next time, stay positive, and I'll catch you in the next one.